welcome to Celts and Caribbeans, the place where the Irish and the Venezuelan culture meet, greet, and embrace. Here at VCI, we have created this space in order to introduce key features about the Venezuelan culture and make some comparisons with the Irish ones, okay? So let's dig in straight away. Today's episode, we want to talk about dancing, specifically traditional dancing and traditional music for both countries, okay? Let's start with Venezuela. In Venezuela, we have something called joropo. The joropo, bear in mind that J in there is pronounced as an H, okay? So it's not joropo, it's joropo. The joropo, it's made by a mix of influences. So you have the influences from the native South Americans that were already living in the territory, okay? You have the influence from the Europeans that came and conquered the territories, and you have the influence from the Africans that were brought as slaves. So when you put all those influences together, you get beautiful things, and among them, the joropo, right? So loads of history to unpack from that music. Gorgeous. If we want to make a comparison on the Irish side, we have, of course, trad music, Irish traditional music, and the Irish dancing. So, for example, if we're talking about backtracking the history of this, it goes as far as 2,000 years where the Celts conquered Ireland. So imagine loads of history to unpack there too, right? Now, if we're talking about the musical instruments that we use in each one of them, in the joropo we have three main instruments. You have, of course, the harp, okay, which is really well known. Then we have the cuatro. Cuatro means four, and it's because it's a string instrument. It has four strings, and you can actually do the cling, 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 cling. All right? It's bigger than an ukulele and smaller than a Spanish guitar, okay? And then we have the maracas. To the Irish side of things, there are loads of instruments in there, so you also use the harp, okay? But on the side of the string instruments, there is the mandolin, the guitar, the violin. It's mental, right? Then we have the accordion, the tin whistle, the bagpipes. It's rich in instruments. Now, who came first? Which one came first? The joropo or the Irish music? I'll tell you. If we backtrack in time, the oldest record that we have of joropo, it's in 1749, okay? So old enough, but maybe you would say, well, then Ireland won, right? Because you said 2,000 years. Wait a minute. Because the thing is that it's 2,000 years of history, but actually, the Irish music and the Irish dancing were declared as Irish in 1762, okay? Which means that when the Irish people were officializing their music and officializing their dancing, we were already dancing joropo for more than 10 years. Okay? And now, to close this first episode, guys, I want to talk about the dancing part for both, okay? If we're talking about the dancing side of things, the joropo, well, as shoes, we use alpargatas, okay? Alpargatas are really comfy, not that much, but they are the ones to go for, okay? And when watching joropo, okay, let's put a little video here, you'll see that there is a lot of tapping, okay? There are loads of spinning, and you can dance joropo either on your own or with a partner or in groups, right? Okay, now if we're talking about Irish dancing, the first thing that I wanted to share is like you guys, when they're not in the proper presentation but in the traditional Irish dancing, they use pom-poms. Pom-poms are really similar to alpargatas, guys, okay? And they're the ones to go for when we're talking about shoes for dancing. If we're talking about the dance itself, it also has a lot of tapping, okay? You master the art of tapping in there. The big differences are that the backs are really straight and the torso is really still. So there is a lot of leg action in this dance, okay? So from these guys, I only recommend you to check a bit more about these two things, the joropo and the traditional Irish dancing. Check them out. Absolutely make sure to follow VCI. We'll leave the link around here. And if you want also more information, you can follow me at jessimavare. And stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much for watching.